Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for episode 25 of season 10 of Basketball Wives. We are still out here, y'all. So this episode starts off where last week's episode ended, and it ended with Jackie. She was at this bar by herself, and she's sitting there, and she looks across the way, and she sees Steven, Brooke's husband. Had no idea that he was coming, and she was completely shocked and surprised to see him there. And for some reason, either he didn't see her, or he saw her and he didn't recognize her, or I don't know what was going on. But I'm thinking, why didn't he notice Jackie? Because it was just the two of them at this bar. And I'm like, how can you avoid like looking around? Because if you're sitting at the bar, I'm thinking your natural instinct is to kind of look around and see who else is there. But evidently he didn't see her, or if he saw her, he didn't know who she was. I don't know. So he's completely oblivious to Jackie being there, but Jackie sees him and she gets all worked up and excited. But she doesn't say anything to him. Instead, she calls Brandy and tells Brandy that Brooke's husband is there. So evidently what happened was, I think the night before, he came into Mexico, completely surprised Brooke. If you hear Brooke tell us, she had no idea that he was coming. And so they had this very romantic night together, and we'll get back to them later. Moving on from that scene, we have Jennifer, Duffy, and Angel. So they're all sitting together, and Jennifer is really going through it with this court case. So Jennifer has filed a lawsuit against her ex-boyfriend, who I'm assuming she's referring to Tim Norman. She has filed her lawsuit against her ex-boyfriend for him stealing her car. And this case has been going on for like 2 years now. And I don't know, I guess her documentary is also going to be documenting this court case of her stolen car, among other things that this man had did to her. She's claiming, or she's accusing him that he had defrauded her in some way, stole her car, and all kinds of other stuff. So Jackie is telling people that this is what Jennifer is telling Duffy and Angel, that Jackie is going around telling people that she is actually lying about her ex-boyfriend stealing her car. So according to Jackie, Jennifer is lying and that her ex-boyfriend did not steal her car. And Jennifer is saying that because Jackie is saying these things, I'm not sure exactly who she's saying this to, because I don't think she's mentioned this on the show. If she did, I missed it. But Jennifer is saying that because Jackie is calling her a liar, it could possibly mess up her case. Okay. I don't know who Jackie's telling this to. Now, if she said it on the show, obviously, Tim Norman's attorneys will get that as evidence, to show that even her own friends and her own coworkers think that she's lying about this car being stolen by Tim Norman. But if she didn't say it on the show, what does I don't understand. But anyway, so that's what's going on there. And I'm thinking, if this is okay, we'll get to that later. So Jennifer is all up in a tizzy. She's worried to death about Jackie going around telling people that she's lying about this car being stolen from her. Moving on from there. So we have Brooke FaceTiming British, because British was unable to travel to Mexico because of her ankle monitor. So Brooke FaceTimes British, and she tells British that her husband had popped up into Mexico, and she was really happy to see him. And she tells British that, I wouldn't tell any other person on this trip that my husband was here. I'm only telling you. And she's been hiding him from everybody because she doesn't want to be criticized for, getting back with him or entertaining him. I'm beginning to think that this was not a surprise visit. I think that she asked him to come. And because he wants to be back with her so bad, he dropped everything, got on the first flight out of LA into Mexico. I don't think it was a surprise visit at all. British herself has a lot going on in LA. I think she's still in LA, but she said that she got a radio DJ hosting job for a St. Louis radio station. But because everything is remotely now, people can work remotely. I don't know if she's working from LA on the St. Louis radio station, or she actually moved to St. Louis. I don't think she did. I think she's working from LA, and she's able to join into the radio station remotely. Moving on from there. So Jennifer tells Brooke that she spoke with her attorney, and her attorney has suggested that she give Jackie a cease and desist letter. And so her attorney's going to draw up this letter for Jennifer to give to Jackie. And so Brooke is like, girl, if you do that, you're going to really unleash the dragon. Jackie is not going to be happy about that. And Jennifer was like, well, what else am I supposed to do? Because I need her to stop telling people that I'm lying about this car being stolen from me. And this is the reason why I have lawyers, for them to advise me how to do things legally so that, she doesn't have to take it to the streets. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on from there, Brandy and Jackie ask Brooke if her husband was there. So Brandy and Jackie, they find Brooke and they confront her and they're like, well, little birdie told us that your husband was here. And is he? And so Brooke finally admits that yes, her husband was here and that she was hiding him from everybody. Jackie and Brandy confront her for not telling them. They're like, we don't really care what you decide to do with your own marriage, but you really should not have hid that from us. And they were like really upset that she didn't tell them that her husband was there. And she didn't tell them because she didn't want to be judged by her friends for, entertaining her husband and spending time with him because he cheated on her. And so she's expecting to get a lot of backlash from her friends and them telling her, girl, you deserve better. Don't waste your time with this loser. That's what she was expecting. And that's why she was hiding him. But they were like, girl, you do what you want. You shouldn't feel guilty about how you feel, because she said that she felt really guilty for feeling happy that her husband was there. And they tell her that they, they're not there to judge. They're not there to judge her or to judge her decisions or anything like that. But Jackie does want Steven to take some type of accountability for what he did to Brooke. And so they're planning on having a sit down with Steven to get to the bottom of why he ended up cheating on Brooke and what drove him to it. So Brandy, Jackie, and Brooke, they do this sit down, right? And so he comes over with Brooke, and I don't think he knew what he was walking into. So he walks into the room with his wife, and there's Brandy and Jackie sitting there. And, Jackie got right down to it. She says, what led you to going outside your marriage? And of course he's going to say, I don't know. And he goes, I really don't have a great answer for that. But he said that he's better now. So this is the thing that bothered me about his responses. There's a reason why he decided to go against his marriage, to go outside of his marriage. There's a reason why. And I think for him to truly try to do better, he has to get down and dirty with that reason. He has to talk about why he did it. Was it because the girl was just prettier? Was it because he couldn't resist temptation? Was it because he was running away from something from home? What was it? Was this woman giving him money? Was she making him feel a certain kind of way that Brooke doesn't make him feel? There's a reason why you decided, because to cheat is not by accident. You don't just stumble on cheating. You have to plan it. You have to plot it. You have to make arrangements. You have to be secretive and conniving, and you have to lie, and you have to be very, very deceitful with your spouse. It takes a lot of energy and thought process to cheating. So we have to get to the bottom of this. You cannot sit here and say, I don't know. You do know. We need to talk about it. Did you lose interest in your wife? Is something lacking in your marriage? Is something lacking in you? Because they always say that when somebody cheats, it's got nothing to do with the spouse that's getting cheated on. It's got everything to do with the one that's cheating, that there's something broken in them that's causing them to do that, which I totally believe. Because if you're doing something that would hurt your spouse, why are you doing it? And if it's whatever it is that you want to do that would make your spouse mad, if you want to do it that bad and you feel like you cannot go on with your life without doing this thing, then why don't you get a divorce and then go on and do whatever the hell you want to do at your own free will? I don't get it. But he claims he doesn't know why he cheated. So he says that he's a whole lot better now than he was before. And Brandy said, but this time it has to stick. If you're going to be doing better now, it has to stick. Brandy says in her confessional that saying and doing are two different things. Exactly. Him saying that he's going to do better and that he is better, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans if he's not going to follow that up with actual action. And the only way that anybody can ever tell if Steven is really no longer a cheat through time, is with time. That's the only way that we can tell. He cannot sit here and tell us I will never cheat. Only time will prove whether or not he's actually reformed. And if Brooke has the energy and the patience to give him all this time, then so be it. But I don't think I would. Moving on. So the husband apologizes to Brooke. He looks at her deeply in her eyes and he goes, I'm sorry. And, I promise that it's never going to happen again. And it seems like to me that Brooke, okay, so now Brooke is like trying to like figure out, am I going to go through with my divorce, because she already has a court date. I think she said she already had a court date set up. Is she going to go through with it or what? Well, who knows now, right? And I think that with Brooke, the more and more he like wore her out, like the more he was begging and pleading and calling and demanding to see her and, wanting to spend time with her, the more and more he did that, the more broken down she got. The weaker she got for him, because now she's having some serious second thoughts, and she was also worried about what her friends would think. If he would have stayed away and didn't try as hard to come back to her, she would have gone through with the divorce, because I don't see Brooke as, begging him to come back to her. But because, he just couldn't let her go and he was always wanting to talk to her and spend time with her and be with her, it wore her down. So hopefully, they're going to be able to fix their issues and that he'll never make a fool of her ever again in life. Because if it ever comes out in the blogs or on this show, if they come back that he did this to her again, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to look at Brooke and be like, I told you so. Moving on to the re-proposal. So let's not forget why we're even in Mexico. We're in Mexico because Duffy wants to re-propose to Iman. Iman proposed to her, but she didn't like that proposal. It wasn't Instagram worthy. Okay, it wasn't Instagram worthy, so it was a horrible proposal. So she wants to do something really big and grand and worth posting on Instagram. And it's just really sad that that's how you judge whether or not a proposal is good. It's not how he felt and how you felt. It's just about, if we posted this, how many views are we going to get? It's just sad. So, she was extremely nervous the whole entire time. Up until the proposal, Duffy was so nervous. She didn't know how Iman was going to take it, because she says that Iman does not want to be the center of attention. He doesn't want to stand in front of everybody and have to, perform or speak or whatever. He doesn't want to be the center of attention, but he was an NBA basketball player. So, she's worried about how he's going to take it and how he's going to react. So he shows up at the venue, and she's already up there with the whole "Marry Me" sign behind her and the fireworks, the sparklers going off and everything. Everybody has already arrived. All the guests that were invited, they're all there. And so then here comes Iman, and he goes up there to the front. He goes up there to the front with her, and she reads her little speech, which I thought was really beautiful. I thought her speech was so cute. As she was reading it, she was crying, and the whole thing, I don't know if it was a poem or just a speech, but it just talked about how he saved her, in her darkest hour, when she felt like, she didn't even like herself, when she felt like she wasn't worthy of love. This man came and saved her. And y'all, this is going to sound so super corny, but I got the feels. Okay, I got the feels when I was listening to Duffy give her speech to Iman, and like I literally was like tearing up. The tears didn't drop, but they were definitely congregating in my eyeballs. So she gives him a ring as well. She asks him, will you marry me or whatever? And he, of course, says yes. And then she gives him a ring. I didn't like the ring. Okay. It was extremely gaudy. It was like completely diamond encrusted. And it had a D that was cut out in the middle. The whole D for Duffy. I was just like, this is just too tacky for me, but whatever. So after that, Duffy feels a lot more relieved. Iman enjoyed it. I think somebody asked him, like, why wasn't he crying or something? He was like, why would I cry? I was happy. I mean, men are not going to get that anymore. I mean, it was a beautiful proposal and all of that, but I don't think that it was to the point to make him cry. It was cute. It was wonderful. They're already engaged. You know what I'm saying? They're already engaged. It's not like he didn't know this. Like, it's not like this was changing the dynamic of the relationship. They're already engaged. This is just her confirming to him that she's ready to take that step into marriage. But he says he didn't cry because he was happy. So everybody's having a good time. They're enjoying themselves. But we notice that Jackie and Jennifer are definitely keeping their distance. They're not acknowledging each other in any way. And the women are kind of like stuck in the middle. So they'll go hang out with Jackie for a little while. They'll go hang out with Jennifer for a little while. And, so at various points, at various times, during the evening, you would see Jennifer by herself because all the ladies have congregated to Jackie, or you would see Jackie by herself because all the ladies had congregated to Jennifer. So finally, we get everybody in one scene, including Jackie and Jennifer. Okay. And by this time, Jackie is lit. Duffy is lit. Okay. Probably all of them. And so Duffy had to give a damn toast. So she gave a damn toast. I don't even know what she said. And after the toast, it was like this awkward silence. And so then Duffy gets it on and popping when she mentions, well, there's an elephant in the room that we're going to have to address. And Jackie just rolls her eyes because she's like, here we go again. So Jackie takes off her boots, to get more comfortable. She's like, I'm Cinderella up in here and I got to take off my glass slippers. So she takes off her boots. And Jackie says that after Duffy talks about, how we cannot end the night with Jackie and Jennifer not patching things up. And Jackie says that she is not fooling with Jennifer anymore. She has completely X'd her out of her friend group and she wants nothing to do with Jennifer. So Jackie says, is there any other elephants, giraffes, baby gorillas in the room that we need to address? And Jennifer says, she starts off by talking about how, well, you need to stop going around telling people that my car was not stolen from me because it was. And I spoke to my lawyer and my lawyer told me that I need to give you a cease and desist letter to stop you from going around lying about me. And Jackie was just like, whatever. Now, Jackie has on her dark shades and it's nighttime, so we can't see her eyes. And so we don't really know exactly what's going on beneath those glasses. But from her facial expressions and her body movements, you can just tell that she was rolling her eyes. So Jennifer gives the cease and desist letter. She gives it to Brooke, who then passes it on to Jackie. Now, Jackie does accept the letter and then she lays it right there on the table. And so then Jennifer says, you cannot make a false statement that my car has not been stolen. So then Jackie says, I don't deal with childishness and I don't deal with stupidity and I don't deal with broke bitches who are trying to get money. So then she had like about 3 glasses of champagne near her. So she takes each glass of champagne and she pours the liquid over the letter, which is sitting on the table. Very slowly, very dramatically, she picks up the glass, very slowly pours the champagne out of it all over the letter, picks up the other glass, does the same thing, makes a big scene about it, right? So Jackie gets up to leave and she's like, you know what? I'll need to get out of here before, I find myself in a Mexican jail. And so as she's walking away, as she walks past Jennifer and she's like, bitch, I'll see you in LA. And so then she walks away and that was the end of the episode. And that's where we ended. So yeah, let me tell you something. Jackie is carrying this show on her shoulders with her antics, with her craziness. This woman is hilarious. And I understand that she does it for the camera because she understands she's been on reality TV long enough to know how the game is played. Who knows if her and Jennifer are actually really beefing, because what they're beefing about on the show to me seems extremely silly. The fact that Jackie is giving her opinion on what she thinks happened with Jennifer's car. You're going to serve her with a cease and desist letter that she can't. What about freedom of speech? I understand that, you can, okay, so I think what Jennifer, now, okay, I think I kind of see it now. So Jennifer is, because you can't defame people. There is a freedom of speech and you can give your opinion. You can give your opinion, you can give your thoughts, but you cannot defame or libel or slander people. So Jennifer sees it as Jackie defaming her or slandering her by calling her a liar when she says that her ex-boyfriend stole her car. And Jennifer is trying to prove that she is not a liar. And she says that this is going to work against her in court because I guess people can show evidence of Jackie saying that Jennifer's lying or something. I don't know. But I think, Jennifer, you're putting 20 on 10. Girl, why is it taking you 2 damn years to get through with this damn lawsuit about this car being stolen? Was this car under your name and was it in his possession? Why is it taking 2 years? I'm not understanding. Now the man's in prison for the rest of his life. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to get from him now? Not a damn thing. I'm pretty sure whatever money this man had went to his lawyers and maybe his family. What are you going to get from him? He's in prison, girl. Like, what is going on? But anyways, that is my review. Thank you so much for joining me. I got to get out of here. I got 2 more reviews to do. I really do appreciate you spending time with me and giving my little channel a chance when you watch these damn Basketball Wives reviews. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.